Welcome back to Flipper Flicks. This week we are watching Next is our next film on the agenda. How many times can we say next in one episode? Should make it a drinking game for the Dog Days of Cage.
That seems dangerous.
Maybe drink like half a shot for each next, because if you drink a full shot, you might be under the table. Who's to say? If Adam's in charge of it, you'll be under the table.
Speaking of that, who's next?
I'm up. I'm Adam.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I'm next. I'm Tim.
Next.
I don't think I said my name.
Too easy. Oh,
I'm Sam.
the original next.
Yeah.
And don't forget the actor in this film.
Yeah.
Mr. Nicolas Cage.
I'm back.
Oh, I'm glad he joined us.
Always back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure he was next in line. Well, it's going to lose all its meaning by the end.
It really,
Probably.
And the words for that,
drowning by the time we finish.
somatic satiation.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're going to get off the podcast and then our brains are going to be broken. We're just going to be saying next every couple words.
Have you, when you wrote like, I don't know, how do I say it? Like when you're writing an essay in high school, college, and you had to explain how to do something, and you would have to go through all the synonyms of next. Like first you need to do this, and then you need to do that. Next you need to, finally you need to.
Oh, yeah.
I was awful at that. I just wanted to use first, second, next, then next. And whoever's drinking to this
is gone.
is gone.
Yeah, they're gone. They've done drowned and stuff.
It's all good.
Oh, man. Well, for next, what platform was it on? Did you rent it, Tim? I think we rented it.
We did rent it.
Yeah, Amazon.
We
Nice.
rented through Google because of Google
The
Play money.
classic.
Old
Yeah.
reliable.
True. Yeah.
Well, the synopsis for this one is a Las
God.
Damn!
He's not ready for this.
Cutting you off.
He already saw the future of what you were
Da
going to say.
fuck.
He's done with it. Yeah.
He was like, next.
So salty.
Wait, you know what?
I'll do it.
You want to do the synopsis, Nick? Do you even have it?
No.
He's salty today.
Yeah, he's very snappy and salty.
I think it's because the last couple episodes we haven't let him talk much. So
Yeah,
true.
probably.
he's lashing out. Anyway, the synopsis is a Las Vegas magician who can see into the future is pursued by FBI agents seeking to use his abilities to prevent a nuclear terrorism attack.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know if it's a funny.
It didn't come off as a comedy to me, but sure.
Hey, to each their own. He likes dark humor. What can you say?
This is true.
True.
Mm-hmm.
This
Can't
movie
blame him.
is based off a short story
I think I saw that in the
by
opening credits.
Philip K. Dick.
Nice.
Mr. Philip K. Dick has written a few
Oh,
movies you have seen,
Oh, yeah?
like Blade Runner.
Oh.
What? Dang, which one?
Both.
Really?
Well, they're
Okay.
both based off of his book. Do,
Oh,
an- do
yeah, I
androids
guess that
dream
makes
of
sense. Duh.
like mechanical sheep or something?
Right, yeah.
And then he also wrote Minority Report,
Oh.
Total Recall,
Okay.
The Adjustment Bureau.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
He likes some sci-fi.
yeah, he was like a one of the lead writers for science fiction. Coming up, I don't know.
That's
He has
cool.
like over 100 short stories published.
Wow. And
Yeah.
I didn't even know he existed. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, so when the movie kicked off, I saw his name. I'm like, I know that name. So I Googled it because I ruined my own rule, which is don't touch a phone during a film watching experience. That, especially for the podcast, I try
It's
and
tough
not.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to
Especially
not.
when you use it for notes.
Mm.
Yeah, see, I use this giant pad of paper.
I don't. I just
Which-
use my phone.
I'm running out of pages, and I'm gonna have to burn down a new tree.
Oh, no.
Well, I guess I don't want to burn it down. I would want it chopped, eh?
You're gonna have like what is it? Like when people store just like volumes of stuff and it's all just like handwritten notes from the
Yeah.
past and everything. I'm just gonna have like shelves of like notebooks. full
Flipper
of, like,
Flicks notes.
somebody's gonna find it one day, blow it off, and be like, "What is this?"
They'll be like, did you know that Philip Dick, was that his name?
Philip K. Dick.
Wrote all these stories? Or Nicolas
man.
Cage did this many
Yeah,
movies.
Nicolas Cage. Who's this Nicolas Cage guy? 400 years
Wolf
ago.
of Snow Hollow is the first one in this book.
Damn, that was a while
okay.
ago.
That
Yeah.
was a while ago.
Season
I
1,
haven't
right?
watched that recently. Was it season?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it was season 1.
Season 1 did go on forever, so that makes sense.
70 episodes does that to a guy
Yeah.
and a gal.
We're on the Nick season though.
Yeah.
The season of Nick.
The season of Nick.
All right, so this movie next, which we slowed down our next game.
We gave him a little bit of a breather. I think
Yeah,
that
a
was
little
fair.
breather.
Well, it's just like I just want you guys to know I'm her future.
Creepy.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
was a fucking weird line.
Yeah, that was like his character came off super. Like I understand his obsession because he's got that gift and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then he like came off really weird and like aggressive about it. I don't know.
There's
Like you couldn't be a little more suave or something,
Yeah.
or like prepare yourself a little better.
dude, there's so many times I'm like, can you just fuck off?
Yeah,
He's like the way he hit on her. I don't know. It made me uncomfortable.
it was weird. I mean, it wasn't like charming in my opinion.
Sam?
I think it was also uncomfortable because the age difference is a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
Dude.
it was hard to watch because, like, A, he's not being charming. B, he's old as dirt. C, his hair looks
Yeah.
like shit. It's
I
so
was gonna
distracting.
Dude.
His hair looks terrible in this, and usually when he has long hair, it doesn't look good. But it looked really bad in this.
Yeah.
He has a large forehead, which I
He
have a large
does.
forehead, but like for some weird reason, long hair works okay on me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I saw Julianne Moore's name on it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's like a respect. Like they're gonna pair him with somebody like that makes sense. Like I would
Right.
say they're close enough in age that I'm like, this makes sense. And then
Mhm.
Jessica Biel's name comes up, and I'm like, ah, shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's just rough.
She was like a baby in this movie.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is like the writing is terrible. So there's one scene where they're like, I like rain. I like rain too. I'm like, really? Really? Like we couldn't think of any other conversation to have.
I like
Yeah.
Rain.
And then the other thing is like, I don't know. I kind of want to blame the director a little bit because Julianne Moore is not typically a shitty actor.
No,
And
yeah.
Nick Cage has his days, but usually he's pretty good. But I felt like a lot of their delivery was just like making me want to hide under the rug. And I was like,
Yeah.
why is it like that? Like, I feel like I had to blame the director or somebody. You know what I mean?
It's the director
Like, that's what
slash
they're
writer,
going
right?
for, right? Like,
Yeah.
So this is a short story. So like, I don't believe that this is like actually the actual dialogue written in the book.
oh, so we had a shitty writer.
Right. Well, that's just my theory, right? Because short stories are typically 30 pages. This is an hour and a half. This is a 90-minute film. 30 pages does not translate to 90 pages.
You can't
Of
waste a
screenwriting.
paragraph on I
Yeah,
like
it's
rain.
not. Right.
It's just
You know,
not
I
gonna
like
work.
Rain too. But I would also say he hung all over her.
Yeah, he's very clingy.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say,
Not
Sam,
in a good way.
In a
as the
creepy
female
way.
perspective,
Yeah.
if, say, I, on our first date, was hanging on you that much, would that be a red flag?
Yeah. Probably.
Well, also because- Sorry, yeah. I was going to say, in my opinion, it's also because he was super clingy and she completely rejected him the first, like, however many times he tried
Right.
to talk to her.
Yeah.
So it's like you've already got that buffer to where she's not interested. And then all of a sudden she's like head over heels going against the FBI for him, like all this stuff. And it's like, what? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, that was what I was gonna get into. Was that like it's not red flaggy if the other person's also hanging all over you,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But like that was not the vibe.
No, you know what? You know what? He used his next powers.
Yeah.
To give her his greatest performance of his life
That's what it seemed like.
in the bed,
Probably. Yeah.
where it hypnotized her or some shit.
Oh my god, that was horrible
Right.
too. When he was like, "That was amazing," and she's like, "What?" And he's
Oh,
like, "This." I was
yeah.
like, "Barf!" I'm
His-
gonna
His
gouge my eyes
face
out.
when he says it too, because he's just like recovering from the. It just like looks like a reverse. Like he like closes his eyes awkwardly, and then like it was so weird.
Ugh.
Now, have we talked about the plot? Because this plot is, I don't really understand who's supposed to be the enemy. I know it's the Russians that speak French and English, not a word of Russian, but they're gonna blow up Los Angeles. They just felt like, I don't know, they were in it for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
A guy's
Like-
eating an apple off a fucking knife. That's weird,
Yeah.
That's
They
a
take a
typical
couple
bad
shots at
guy
him.
move. Yeah.
dude.
But first he's got to dodge him like the Matrix.
That goddamn dodge. I've seen memes of that before.
Oh, really?
And I don't know. It's not even a near miss. I mean, I guess it's a near miss in like terms of, it's within a yard or a meter of him, right? But like, it's not like it grazed his head. It was a good like 3 feet away.
Yeah, I felt like they were trying there, and then there was another scene. I don't know. Oh, it was when the like logs and shit were falling into the canyon, and he had to like save Julianne Moore or whatever. That like went slow-mo or something, and I was like, "What is happening? Like, we don't need this." Just looked bad, man.
Didn't look good. That's the same with like the car that's coming down right before that, and he like does this over exaggerated dodge.
Yes, exactly.
And it was like kind of slow and just like terrible CGI.
So like, okay, you have that scene where he's using his power to dodge and shit. I didn't like it. But the beginning when he's like when he sees himself getting hit by the fucking train, I liked that scene.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because
he speeds up beforehand.
He's like, "Oh shit, I gotta gun it." And then later, when he's searching for Liz, he's like, you see him splitting. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That is cool, and I was also confused. Like, why didn't we get to see him do that earlier? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where the inconsistencies come in, both in like the plot, because like half the time it's a fucking creepy ass romance.
Yeah.
And then half the time it's this like sci-fi time jump movie.
Right.
But then like when he uses it, you get like weird slow-mo or you get cool parts of it. And you're like, but wait, why can't I just have the cool parts?
Yeah, just give me the cool stuff.
So wait, Tim, had you seen this film before?
Yes.
Ah, what did you think then versus now?
I enjoyed it a lot back then. And I still enjoyed it a lot now.
Oh, did you?
Okay.
Funny enough, because there's a lot of gripes I have with it, and like the cringy moments are there more than they were before. Like it's just, I guess,
Because we didn't know better, man.
Yeah, like yes and no. Like, because I only remember the cool stuff, like the car, the dodging the bullets, him remember like seeing her explode and then stopping that and then guiding the SWAT team through the building and stuff. I only remembered some of that. And then watching it now, I was like, oh, like, this is rough.
Yeah.
But there's still cool parts. And I was like, where, like we were just talking about, why didn't we just make it all cool stuff?
Yeah.
And, like some of this other weird shit out of the way.
This movie has a good movie within it.
Definitely.
Yes, exactly.
Just remove Liz.
I think so,
And that's
yeah.
nothing against Jessica Biel.
Or make her like a much more minor part. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because there's
Right.
always a love interest in action films, and like that's fine. But I felt like this was competing too much to try to be like a romance.
A romantic.
I think they just needed to redo the storyboard.
Adam's like, take this whole section and character out, make it work without that.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, I think that's
It's
fair.
tough to say, yeah, because even like the bad guys, they just didn't.
They
feel
didn't
right.
feel
And
like
it didn't
bad
make
guys.
sense. Yeah, and it didn't make sense that they were like following the FBI, like, oh, they're interested in him, so we should be interested in him. And then it's just like, wow, I don't understand.
It got
But-
convoluted, is what it did.
Right, and then it's just like, okay, now they're going to kidnap her and use her to get him there, but they don't understand why they're after him. So why are they making it such a priority? It's just so weird. Like,
Dude, he has no real, like, even when he's still in Vegas, he had no real reason to say no. Well, I can't help you. Have you tried?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's showing
Yeah.
he's selfish, and I get that.
well, yeah, but it's also showing like he has to put his life on the line
yeah.
in order for it to work. So he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I
Mm.
guess I feel like you could have just done the story where the FBI is like the villain in quotes, like the pseudo villain, because like the way they had Julianne Moore and her team act was like that they were the shitty people like chasing him. You know what I mean? So you could have cut out the whole other people and just been like the whole shtick was that they wanted him to help them, and then there's little crimes happening or whatever, and they're getting pissed off.
Now, I'm curious if the original story, which is called The Golden Man, and that's why Nick Cage wears that jacket the whole fucking time.
Oh yeah,
Because it's a gold jacket and he's the
Yeah.
Golden Man. I'm curious what the plot is in that, because like this would be a cool mystery solving like power.
definitely.
Like
Yeah.
there's so many ways you could have gone, and that's my biggest gripe. Even above the cringiness is I just feel like there's a good story in here, and they flubbed it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, and there's other parts of it too, like Tim was talking about when he's like guiding the SWAT team and stuff. That's like, it has the good bones to it. You know what I mean? Like if you had even like a couple of cases like that. Although I do find it funny that like he's wandering around with like this posse of people with a bunch of guns and he doesn't have one. He's just
dude,
like
he
along
looks like
for
a
the
fuck-
ride. Yeah.
He looks like a ghost at times. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you know what's funny is he could have a gun, miss the shot. Let me retake it.
Yeah,
Let me
exactly.
retake it.
Right,
Let me
exactly.
retake it.
Like,
I understand if he doesn't want to take a life though. Like that's a whole different thing.
that's true. Yeah.
Like, but we don't know that about him. We don't. There's no reason he
I'd
doesn't
say
have a gun.
he would. I mean, he was voluntarily
pointing out people to die.
I mean, he was there, yeah, like assisting in it. And it's just like maybe he just wanted to trust their accuracy over him trying it over and over again. But I think the love interest is why he was okay with all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like trying to rescue her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, I want it to be known that the parts that I did enjoy, I really did enjoy.
Yeah.
We saw the beginning of this film when we were in Vietnam, and I was like, I need to watch the rest of this movie.
It's got a hook to it.
And then we got to the love interest, and I was like, as Max says it, you know, girls just slow these action films down.
Slow him down.
Well, I don't know if I could drink a martini every day at 8 a.m. or whatever.
It's
That
Vegas,
just-
baby.
That's just too much for me.
Okay, first off, it was 8:10.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. I'm not even awake most days by then.
And that's like, you know, they were saying like that's not even that weird. We have a guy who counts his cornflakes every day and it has to be an even number.
Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah. She's like, okay, thanks.
And he just keeps like rattling off random things that regulars
like-
do.
Okay. I kind of want to do that now. Go to a diner and be a regular and just do something weird every time.
Yeah. Why
Oh
not?
yeah, that's just Tim.
Yeah.
He always signs his receipt YM. I don't know why. You know, because my name's Tim.
Yeah. Tim. What? You get it? No, I don't.
Wait, so when was this movie made?
Like 2006.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some
It's
of the
very
CGI
2000s-y.
was very 2000s.
90s?
Yeah. Or like it just didn't
Yeah.
look good in some parts. And I was like,
It didn't flow
oof.
well.
See,
Yeah.
you compare it to another Nick Cage film of The Rock, which has a fantastic antagonist.
Oh, so good.
And then this movie, I think that's what I didn't feel in danger.
Mm.
I need to feel
Yeah.
in danger.
They didn't make the danger like real at all.
Yeah, because you knew he was gonna solve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like you could have done some heartbreak at the beginning. Like here's me trying to restructure it again. You have some heartbreak where he couldn't save his girlfriend because it was out of the 2-minute time period. So now he's actively blah blah blah. I don't know.
Yeah, well, because he kept harping on the fact that, like, with you, it's different, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And so, like, that would have gave it a little bit more depth, I think, most
Mhm.
likely. But I did like that we basically saw him all solve it, and then it's like a dream sequence, and he goes back, and he's still in bed, and then we don't actually have to watch it again, because if this was made today, we would have to watch it again and see the differences. Like, they wouldn't end
Yeah.
it there. And I was like, thank God we still had brains enough at this point to like not make us rewatch the entire movie again.
Tim doesn't
Yeah.
get it because you haven't told him.
Yeah, points for this movie in that
Sam
era.
absolutely despises a film
Oh yeah.
if they use a montage of the film.
Yep, I agree. It's irritating. It's like I just watched the movie.
Yeah.
I don't
And-
need the movie again.
Yeah.
in
And,
like
like-
30 seconds. If I wanted that, I'd
Exactly.
watch the trailer.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kids films, I feel like can get away with it because kids don't have attention spans.
Remind kids, yeah.
Okay,
No, I
Nate.
agree. I hate
adult,
that.
adult.
I also
like-
hate when they use the name of a movie in a movie.
Yeah, but
That happens
that's
a
really
lot.
hard with the word next, man.
I mean, I wasn't necessarily calling this one. I was just saying general.
Like Top Gun, where they say Top
We're
Gun
going
50
to
times.
no. It's not even that they say Top Gun 50 times. They pause and say, "We're going to Top Gun." Like they emphasize
The
it.
delivery of
And
it.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna rip my hair
There's
out.
just so many movies. Sometimes it like fits okay, but that's very rare.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like when it's not just absolutely the title. It's not just they threw the title in there in the middle of a sentence. It's like a sentence that makes sense within the film. I don't know.
I
think-
know what you're saying. Most of the time it sounds awkward as hell.
I'm
It's just
pretty
out of
sure-
nowhere. It's almost like a bad what's the channel that always would like bleep stuff and have like a different voice for a different actor come in and they'd say like when there was a
it's
cuss
just like
word, it was like
cable.
Armageddon. Because that was from the movie Armageddon. That's what I remember all the time. It's like he would be saying something and he like has a big long string of like cussing and then they cut it out and
Yeah.
put in somebody saying Armageddon.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
That's
It's-
So that's what
amazing.
it feels like when they put
Yeah.
the title of the movie to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so even Batman: The Dark Knight,
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
say he's the Dark Knight
Mm-hmm.
at the very end,
Yeah.
and I thought that one was okay.
That's okay because they're kind of just like describing him, and then it happens to be the name of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. There are cases it's different. There are cases it's terrible.
Yeah.
And
If the film's better, usually it works out.
Yeah.
yeah, if the writing is good, you can work it
Yeah.
in.
You're willing to be like,
Yeah.
all right, that was one flubbed line. Like,
Yeah.
It's not the whole Top Gun scenario, which I'm not saying Top Gun's a bad film or bad writing.
Right.
It's just the delivery of the word
It's just
words
too
Top
much.
Gun. Yeah. It's almost as bad as it's not as bad as this, but it's like when Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious talks about his family.
oh, yeah.
Talk about family. Family.
I am Groot.
Exactly.
Still think it's hilarious. He loves those weird characters like Groot and the Iron
I would
Giant.
love that too. That's hilarious. It's awesome. Oh shoot.
Well, one thing that I thought was a cool creative decision was Tim probably didn't see it because he flipped it off before the credits. But they like flash forward through all the credits and then they put them like they go backwards compared to normal credits. And I was like, oh, that's
It's
kind of
weird.
cool. Like,
That's cool.
I
Yeah.
get it. I see what you're doing there. I'm picking
That's
it
clever.
up.
I like
Yeah,
that.
so
yeah.
credits normally crawl up. These
Right.
these went down. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's such a small detail, but it kind of messed with my head for a minute.
Yeah, we were like, wait, what happened? And then we were like, oh, okay.
Because you're always trying to keep up with the bottom.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up
And
with
then
the
all of a
top
sudden
is
now it's
harder.
like, oh wait.
Wait, I can't read like
He's not
that.
used to it.
Yeah.
I don't go up to down, down to up. I go up down.
Yeah. So again, like clearly they had good creative decisions, and it's just like, why did I not get all of that? Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
The critics on this film, let's see if they agree with the gallery here. They gave it a 28%.
Oof.
Enunciating
my.
my T's on that.
Wow. I feel like we haven't seen one that low in a while.
Next up is the audience at 53%.
Okay.
Next up is IMDb with 6.2 out of 10. And finally, next we have Google with a 62%.
Ah, Google. I don't understand Google's ratings sometimes.
I just don't.
I still don't understand 3 years later, however long we've been doing this.
I just went and double checked because I was like, was it 62?
Yeah,
Because like
right.
6.2 followed by 62 is like, wait, what?
Yeah, did you write it
Right.
down wrong? sort
No,
of
I
thing?
didn't.
Got some bots on Google.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
scraping IMDb ratings.
Okay. Samantha as the picker of the film. In the dog days of Cage.
Well, I feel as though the romantic part was a little bit too cliche for me and too drawn
What?
out. And some of the acting was a little too cringe and oofy. And so it's not necessarily one of my favorites, but I do think that I would watch it before some of the others that we've seen. So my ranking would be Gone in 60 Seconds, Renfield, Raising Arizona. This one is before Joe, but I really internally debated that because I was like, Joe is a far superior film, but I just don't know if I can watch some of those scenes again.
Yeah.
And then The Old Way, Mandy, and Prisoners. So it's like in the middle, basically.
Tim, you're up next.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed we kind of order ours differently because mine is almost in rewatchability, like my order.
Which is how Sam's is, not mine.
Yeah, and I still, well, yes and no, because like the merit of the film being good, I think weighs, or like the better film in general weighs heavier on her list than it does mine, because mine is more, will I watch it again? How often will I watch it again? Kind of thing. How many times have I seen it? You know, so I definitely flip this on still because I do enjoy this movie. I haven't seen it in a while, and I was happy to watch it again because I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I was like, why haven't I? You know, maybe now I know why.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
my list is, so this made it third place on my list.
Woo!
Gone in 60 Seconds, Mandy next, Renfield. So those two I was going back and forth between, but I based it on the ending of Renfield.
Okay.
And then Raising Arizona, Joe, Old Way, and Ghostland.
Wow, now we are really separating, I feel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I figured we would. It just would take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Since I'm up next, I will let you know what my next answer is for next. So this one was tough for me. The cringiness really hurt.
It shined through.
It was too much.
But
Cringed through.
it's the age-old question that we have. Would you stop in a hotel?
Mm-hmm.
I would think I would stop in a hotel room.
I mean, you literally did for the
I
first part.
literally did.
Literally.
But I did say that the first part and the end part are the two best parts of the film.
Yeah, exactly. If it's in the middle, you're like,
No. So I was going to originally put it below Raising Arizona, but I think I'm going to put it above it. So in between Gone in 60 Seconds and Raising Arizona.
Wait, so what's your order? You got to do the whole thing for us.
I don't.
We had
have
to
it
do the whole
up.
thing,
You
so
don't
you
have
had
to do the whole thing. The whole thing was the end of the season.
Yeah, but
No,
I
that's
always
the
like to
whole
keep a
thing.
running list.
Yeah.
Got to
Keeps the
keep them
running list.
updated.
Well, it's Mandy number 1,
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Renfield,
Nice.
Joe, Gone in
Uh-huh.
60 Seconds.
Oh.
This one,
Oh.
which is called what?
Next.
Raising Arizona, The Old Way and Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you have it in the middle.
We all have it in the middle.
Yeah, it's not like a.
It's not a top tier film.
I mean, mine's
Cage,
top 3
apparently.
for me.
Yeah, it's not top tier.
tier.
It's the second loser, man.
That's true.
True. True. Gone in 60 Seconds. That's going to be hard to dethrone.
I know. I thought that too this time. I was like, I think it's gonna stick around.
I have a theory on what my final film's gonna be, but my final number one's gonna be. I'm pretty sure I know what it's gonna be because I've seen it. It's like Tim coming into the season. He's like, I kind of know what's gonna be the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it via my next powers.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, Nick,
this will be interesting though.
Nick, can you tell us what you were thinking about this film next?
I also like that movie. I think that movie was pretty good.
Oh,
I don't believe you, Nick.
Yeah.
You didn't look like you were having fun.
Gotta take a piss.
Okay.
all right. So
Pleading the fifth.
since he's gone right now, yeah, that does it.
Poor Nick.
But you know what? Before it does it, while Nick's
We should
pissing,
probably spin.
We're gonna spin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should figure out what we're doing next.
I like that next slide in there.
All right. Did Sam or Tim get their last film first?
I don't know.
Ooh, Sam probably.
It's gonna. I'm sorry. Next up is gonna have to be a face-off
Ah,
between the two of
nice.
them because we are watching Face-Off.
Sliding
Yeah.
in there.
You guys haven't seen this, have you?
I haven't.
Face-Off.
I've heard so much about it. Like, yeah.
We've watched.
love it.
We've
I
listened to a
watched
different
it a lot when I
podcast
was
talk
younger.
about this.
Yeah.
So
I like this movie a lot, so.
All right. Well, bye, Nick. I guess you're not going to come back from the
See ya, nerd.
Yeah.
If you like this episode, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FlipperFlix. I guess we don't have to say it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm old. Follow along, see what we're doing. Interact if you'd like to.
Yeah, hit us up there. I don't know. You can also give us recommendations on other of those sites, or you can go to our website at www.flipperflix.com. Yeah, we do a couple recommendations each season, so we just love we're trying to pander right now. We're trying to get you to come to our website, give us some clicks, and recommend us a movie because, we're going to have to pick those eventually, and more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
You can also, speaking of pandering, you can also rate and review us on Apple, Spotify now. Oh, we also do polls there occasionally, so that's always fun.
Answer Adam's questions.
Answer all of my questions, God damn it.
And if you're wondering, when can I catch these fools? You can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. We're on Spotify, as Adam mentions, where he does his polls. We're on Apple, Google, Amazon. I believe you can subscribe on the various platforms, and that way you'll get like a push notification, or it'll come right into your queue, so that way you don't ever have to look at the clock on Thursday. It'll just be there for you. Kitty!
Give me a Vader. Give me a Vader. Bye, Vader.